So we were about to say goodbye to Harry and Meghan in Colombia. There was going to be this last show of the Royal Rogue with Harry and Meghan in the Latin American country. And it so happens that I had missed one clip of Meghan speaking Spanish, and Harry was speaking Spanish as well. And it's a better insight of what kind of accent or where did Meghan really learn to speak Spanish. Let's dive right in, shall we?
Buenos noches, Cali. Buenos noches, Colombia.
Okay, besides the cringe intent to be joyful and exciting, well, it's nice of Harry in speaking Spanish, at least a few words.
Muchas gracias, señora vicepresidenta. Can you help me translate?
Of course, claro que sí.
It's like Harry's telling Meghan, can you translate what I'm going to say? And say, claro que sí. She says that, okay, let's go. So it's going to be Harry speaking in English and Meghan is going to do the live translation. Let's take a listen to this.
Thank you for your warm welcome.
Gracias por su cálida bienvenida.
I think Meghan is actually translating in real time, and this is it is nice to see that she knows the basics of Spanish. But this is when you know that this might not have been rehearsed, but she actually knows some Spanish, but the accent is Puerto Rican. That's what I hear. I hear Puerto Rican on her accent. Just a tiny bit. You know that when it happens like in my English accent, it's like I have all this mix of the Spanish, the Venezuelan Spanish and English, and not that much English accent. It's in the same sense that Meghan speaks English, and when she speaks Spanish, well, the accent in which she speaks is going to be rather diluted, right? You know that my accent, my English accent is not British per se, it's more American. But in her case, I think that she must have spent some time in Puerto Rico or something, but it is what I'm listening.
Thank you for your beautiful culture.
Gracias por su cultura hermosa.
Right? It's so well structured sentence. That's okay.
And thank you for your incredible hospitality.
Y mil gracias por su hospitalidad increíble.
Ya, eso pareciera que fuera practicado. That sounds like rehearsed, like a practice. I'm gonna give Meghan the benefit of the doubt, but no, that accent. If you listen to the last part, that last sentence, she speaks.
Mil gracias por su hospitalidad increíble.
It's like when you speak, you have these ups and downs. It's like every other Spanish accent that you have certain ups and downs, depends on which country and which city are you from. And this absolutely sounds like Puerto Rico. Maybe she had a Puerto Rican friend, or there's a Puerto Rican gardener in Montecito. We can never possibly confirm or deny this. Yeah, the last part had a bit of Mexican. Again, we have so many accents in Spanish that it's hard to pinpoint whatever is Meghan doing at that moment. But one thing that I wanted to mention is this is allegedly. I have no confirmation of this. I'm going to try to lower the brightness. Royal gossip: Harry and Meghan deceived school children in Colombia. What? The kids were told footballer James Rodriguez would visit, but the Harkles showed up instead. My God, it's disgraceful to lie to underprivileged kids for self-promotion. I was trying to imagine that. It's like I was at school and they told me, hey, there's gonna be Metallica in here visiting our school, and I would say, hey, yeah, but instead, no, you have a Harry and Meghan. You have Harry and Meghan. There's a video, by the way, of Harry and Meghan at the school. And to be fair, Harry looked fairly engaged with the children. Let me pause here. He still has his hand on his pocket. You know that is a regular Harry fare gesture, being a bit awkward. He looked nice. Meghan looked nice as well. It's a good thing that she didn't pick any of those dresses with the slit and the stuff. She was much more formal this time. I think that she got the memo finally. And Harry does this childlike reaction. I hope that at least it's like trying to, hey, we are here. We are not the footballer that you wanted to see, but whatever. We are here either way. Again, I have no confirmation of that, but we will have to go with that. And Harry will have the nice gesture of kneeling down to greet the children. And no, Meghan was still standing up. I think Meghan was still using the shoes, the shoes that we were talking about the other day. And no, those don't fit and don't really go very well. And yes, Harry was nice with the children. Meghan did not kneel down. That is funny. It's like, you remember that when Meghan was pregnant, even when she was pregnant up to 8 months pregnant, she had no problem kneeling down with stilettos. And now she's wearing flats. She is not pregnant and she does not kneel down. I don't know. Maybe she did not feel like it. But I think that kneeling down with 8 months pregnancy in stilettos, that was a physical feat, and I don't know why she is not doing that right now. But at least they were engaging with the children. But for me, it would have been really frustrating as a kid at school, saying that these two, and well, I think it's not just the children that were frustrated. Harry doesn't look happy at all. You know that we had not only this new hat from Meghan, people were talking about the new hat, it's like the Panama hat 2.0, but we also had a new appearance of the Markle claw. You know, the Markle claw is also always the classic, the double Meghan claw, because, Harry is hers, so it's no one else's. And Harry, bright as a sunny summer day, living his best life with his brother and father who are trapped in the UK. But he is living the best life, just like Ben Affleck. I understand that. I don't know why, if they are living such a great life, like such as Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez in this case has already filed divorce papers, and well, maybe it didn't work out. I remember that I made a video about them back in 2021, when I was doing all this celebrity stuff. And to mention that the media has also picked up on Harry and Meghan's Colombia trip, and they haven't held back. In Colombia, this is from The Hill, Mark Toth and Jonathan Sweet. In Colombia, Harry and Meghan's harmful smoke and mirrors for statecraft, and boy, this was bad. Other than D-list celebrity, the after-winging duo had nothing to offer Bogota's long-term. Photo ops, media hype, and sugary goodwill are fleeting. Absent Whitehall purpose and oversight, there is little to be gained by either Colombia or the UK. Well, it's like Harry and Meghan are not related to the UK in any way, besides Harry's lawsuits that I completely lose track of them every couple months. I have to catch up on that because it's so boring, Harry going after all this media again and making a fool of himself. It was, therefore, not without irony when Harry claimed in Colombia the spread of false information via AI and social media means we are no longer debating facts. Queen Elizabeth, after all, had sharply sent that same message to Harry and Meghan, rebuking their claims of royal racism by releasing a statement in response that recollections may vary. So they were invited to Colombia to address all this online bullying and misinformation, and they have been online bullies and have spread misinformation in every single way, not only through their sausage squad, but they themselves giving these interviews and saying all kind of nonsense and lies that have hurt the royal family. So Harry is essentially he is not trapped. He got what he deserved. And some people are saying that, well, Meghan is also trying to merge her brand with kids. I covered every kid face right here. I don't like to put kids' faces on my videos. I prefer to protect their privacy. But no, Meghan wanted them to appear. Oh, let's do a group hug and stuff. And yeah, people were asking, would you like your kids to be used as props for a photo op of grifters that bring absolutely nothing to your country? That is, they are invited by the VP to do what? To do merching and marketing and branding of their brand and trying to be a smokescreen for the government's failures. I don't know, maybe some fathers could be okay. Maybe some fathers will be so busy with stuff that they would not care. And this, we have this from, I think it's from Reddit. Netflix has totally F up the Arrow launch. All reports say, well, Netflix doesn't have anything to do with Arrow, by the way. All reports say they are intentionally delaying until the contracts end and have no plans to air it. And it is glorious to watch them strong-arm her. Yeah, Netflix is actually trying to force the Harkles into a position, especially Meghan, of doing something about this last year of contract. But even so, I don't think Netflix is going to lose any money because they might not have Disney-grade attorneys, if you know what I mean. But they do know how to craft a contract so not lose money, because they could say, okay, you are granted 100 million if you have this exclusivity of generating content. I couldn't imagine, like the worst case scenario for Netflix would be that they signed this contract and they essentially gave or secured to Harry and Meghan 100 million regardless of what they did, which would be crazy. It's like just giving $100 million away. Now you have to comply with certain amount of hours or certain amount of content. That's how this is made in the media. It's like you are hired to direct or produce a movie, then you have to, well, direct the movie, like have the actual product ready to be able to gain your compensation. What is promised in the contract? If you don't do your part, then you will not be compensated. That's what a contract, that the agreement is about. I wouldn't believe for a second that Netflix would just give 100 million away. And since, well, Meghan doesn't, but they have lost so much time. They could have done so many things over these, how many years were there? Like 5 years? Yeah, 5 years. Will be the contract, because they signed the contract in 2020, if I remember correctly. And even so, yes, it was in 2020. Remember that we talk about all the stuff that in 2019, Meghan was courting Disney, and Disney got into this trouble due to the pandemic. And so Meghan had to go with the next big thing with Netflix. And then she went on the Oprah interview to connect all that stuff and propel her brand into, well, that Senate that Harry and Meghan had back in 2021, essentially March 2021, and they have lost all of that. What do they have so far, or what do they have left is the right word? What they have left is just the rent a royal business. Netflix is not going to release any cooking show because the cooking show does not exist. It's that simple. We don't have a trailer. We are already in August. We are in the last week of August. We would have September, October, November, December, and will be the next year. It's like we would have a trailer or a teaser or something, one picture of one of the guests on Instagram, anything, and there is nothing. Why? Because there's nothing yet. And Harry is spending all this, rent a royal stuff while he should be doing the Polo documentary for Netflix, which in turn, that there's a conflict that Meghan doesn't want Harry to go alone to all those beautiful places, especially with such a beautiful women flocking to Harry. We know that the Colombian Mamacita's reaction was appropriate because even if it's Harry that we're talking about, he is still a prince, and that has some clout. But I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. My Royal Rogues, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Remember to subscribe to my email list. Use the link in the description so I will send you some nice secret videos I will be making about manipulation, body language. I'm going to try to make this a better catalog of my most important, most relevant information, but just have to subscribe on the link, using the link in the description of this video. Remember the most important words: much love and bliss.